plus 1/2. The first thing that we do is we multiply 2 times 3, which is 6. We make a big fraction with a 6 on the bottom. Then we start with the top left-hand side and I multiply diagonally. 2 times 2 is 4. This is an addition question, so it's a plus sign. And then I multiply diagonally the other way. 1 times 3 is 3. You don't have to draw all those lines, but that's just what you're visually doing. You do need to show me that fraction, 4 plus 3 over 6. Then I just need to add together the top numbers. 4 plus 3 is 7 over 6. And if my answer is an improper fraction, we want to change it to be a mixed numeral. So 6 goes into 7 once, with 1 remainder over 6. Just a reminder that you can do that on your calculator, and some of you are taking that option, which is fine. You type in 7 over 6. If you press equals, it doesn't change anything. You press Shift SD, and it will change it into the mixed numeral for you. So any mixed numeral changing you can do on your calculator, but the actual adding and subtracting part, you need to show me that working out. Question 2, let's do it again. 5 times 2 is 10. Big fraction with a 10 on the bottom. Now timesing diagonally. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 times 5 is 5. 8 plus 5, adding the top together, we get 13 over 10. Again, that is a mixed, improper fraction, so I want to change it into a mixed numeral. So we put 13 on the top and 10 on the bottom. We press Shift SD, and it's 1 3/10. Your calculator will also simplify any fractions if you haven't found the lowest common denominator. Question 3 and 4 is when we start off with mixed numerals. So like we said last lesson, you should always change those into improper fractions first. Doing that without the calculator, the 2 on the bottom will stay on the bottom for that first fraction. You multiply 2 times 1, which is 2, and then you add the number on top of that. So 2 plus 1 makes 3 over 2. Again, that is something that is okay to do on your calculator. If you use the 3 boxes in your calculator to type that in and press equals, it will turn it into the improper fraction for you. Doing the second fraction, I have a 3 on the bottom. I always like to start with that because that's the number that doesn't change. It's only the top number that you have to really do a little bit of thinking about. To get the top number, we do 3 times 2, which is 6, plus the 1 on the top, which makes 7. Now the question is like questions 1 and 2 that I have done. I want to find a common denominator. So the 2 and the 3 that are on the bottom, I times them together. 2 times 3 is 6, and I'm making it into one big fraction. Timesing diagonally. 3 times 3 is 9, and 7 times 2 is 14, and there'll be a plus in between those numbers because we are adding. 9 plus 14 is 23 over 6. And finally, we just want to turn that back into a mixed numeral using my 6 times tables. 6 times 4 is 24, so that's too big. So I want to go 6 times 3, so that can go 3 times, which is 18. And then I want to count my remainder, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So a remainder of 5 out of 6. One more. Change them into improper fractions. The 5 on the bottom for that first fraction stays on the bottom. 5 times 2 is 10, plus the 1 is 11. The second fraction, so I have a plus sign, second fraction. the 3 stays on the bottom. Times the 3 with the 1, which is 3, add on the 2, gives 5. Also note the way that I am setting out all my questions. All my equal signs are underneath each other, going down the page. Now I want to find the common denominator. I times 5 with 3 to get 15. Now I'm going to times diagonally. 11 times 3 is 33, plus 5 times 5 is 25. Add the top numbers together. 33 plus 25 is 58 over 15, and turn it back into a mixed numeral. So 2 15s are 30, 3 15s are 45, so I can go 3 times, and from 45 to 58, that's a remainder of 13 out of 15. Okay, so practicing, we want to get really, really good at this.